Higher Education, a regional compact between 15 Western states created to assure access and excellence in higher education through collaboration and resource sharing among higher education systems in the West. Previously, Mr. Longenecker served as Assistant Secretary for Post-Secondary Education at the U.S. Department of Education and was a State Higher Education Executive Officer both in Colorado and in Minnesota. Good morning, Mr. Longenecker.
Welcome. Thank you for coming, and please proceed.
It's a pleasure to be with you and an honor as well. For the record, I'm David Longenecker. I'm the president of the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. I will summarize my remarks. I've provided you a more detailed description of what I'll be talking about, but I'm going to spend this morning a few minutes before we get into discussion about why why we believe at WICHE that it's imperative that that California higher education change the way, California state government change the way in which it finances higher education. We're going to try to build the case for change first by describing to you why it's so important, and then present to you one way in which you could do this that we think could substantially improve the delivery of higher education in the state. Why you must change? Well, the first reason is that the demand for higher education in this state exceeds the current supply of that in the public sector. And so you just have to find a way in which you can meet this supply, because both your economy and your social fabric in the state need for you to be able to meet that demand. Now let me share first with you why the economy requires that, and then talk a little bit about the social fabric. If you take a look at this chart, this is a chart of where the states are in terms of their both their economy. The new economy states are the green ones in the upper right-hand corner, of their relationship of per capita income and education level. And really what this says is that to have a strong economy, you have to have high incomes, you have to have a strong economy. To have both of those, you have to have a high education level. Almost all of the states that are new economy states are in that upper right-hand quadrant, which are the states that have relatively high incomes and relatively high education levels. And in fact, you will find California is in that group right in here. Right there's California. So you're in relatively good shape at the present time. Not what many Californians have tended to think of California as a leading state, certainly not one of the leading states, but you are in the right quadrant, the one you would like to be. You will find in social science research very few relationships that are this strong, where you can see virtually a straight line between income, education levels, and economic success of the state. So those who wonder whether education is necessary for economic state aren't looking at the evidence. It absolutely is. You've probably seen these charts before. These are the ones that show the United States in comparison to other countries in terms of education level. So if education level is important, what does the future look like for the United States? And you'll see that we are now 15th in the world in the share of our young adult population with an education. We're right in this. Right. Get this here. Well, it's that green line, 15th from the left. So you can see, and what's interesting about this is two things. One is that it's not that the United States is losing ground. We're essentially as well educated as our young adult population as our older